This guy right here, he's no ordinary guy. His name is Treverson Roberts. His crime? He was found guilty of forcing a 5-year-old child to perform oral sex on him. And if that's not bad enough, the justice system failed us again. I'll tell you all about this story. But listen to the mother account as to what happened in this particular case. Listen very carefully, listen very closely.
He's not going to get away with that. No, I've known this guy for almost 10 years. We've been so much of best friends that whenever this guy come to visit, he would always pay us a visit at home. On September 9th, he came to Grenada. On October 3rd, he visited me in my home. I was home with my son, my 5-year-old son. When the guy came here, I let him know that I have to go collect a package. If it's okay, I leave my son with him for just half an hour to 45 minutes. That's how much I trusted him. We're good friends. We've been good friends, actually. Right? He had no problem because he came here before. He met my cousin, my brother, you know. He's been a friend. I left the child here about 10 minutes past 2 the afternoon just to run on the road to collect some stuff, right? When I got back, I met the child sitting on the couch, and Trevor was also sitting on the couch. The child had a handful of candy. Mind you, my child do not suck candy like that, right? That child had a handful of candy. When I asked why he had so many candies in his hand, you know what was Trevor's response? Leave the child alone. His teeth can rotten twice. Well, I said to him, he doesn't have any teeth in his mouth that's rotten. So I took the handful of candy and threw it away. Whenever I cook, that child would eat. If I buy food, he would eat. He would never refuse food. That day, he refused that food box with food. No, he had like probably 2 fries out of that box, and he never ate anything again. During the nights, a little bit after 10, the child, I told him it's time for bed, you know? It's time to go to bed. He was acting strange. I asked him the first time, what is wrong? He said nothing. I asked him the second time. He said nothing. When I asked him the third time, he started to cry. What's the matter with you? He said he has a secret to tell me. What is the secret? Mommy, I have a secret to tell you about Trevor. What happened to Trevor? I have something to tell you about what Trevor made me do. What did Trevor do? Trevor made me rub up his penis and suck it.
Now, if this sounds kind of familiar, it is. Just a few months ago, we did a story very, very similar to this all the way through. Keep listening.
Now, for your 5-year-old son to come to you and tell you that, how would you feel? I contacted a police at the Grenville police station. I made a report over the phone, and I was asked to be in the police station first thing Friday morning with my son to make a report. My son made the report. He made a statement. They asked him the same question about 5 different ways. His answer was the same, right? A child would not lie about a situation like that. A 5-year-old child would not just come to a parent and lie about something like that. He doesn't know anything like that, right? I gave him a toy and I told him, show me exactly what Trevor made you do. When I saw what the child did, there was no doubt in my mind. I went to the station, I made the report. On Friday, I contacted Trevor, asked him, where he was. But before Friday, that said night, when my son explained to me exactly what Trevor made him do, I contacted Trevor. I called him 3 times. He refused to answer. I sent him a message. He said he was praying. My goodness, the devil is alive. He said he was praying. Before he left, he took a picture with me and my son, and I asked him to delete it. Whatever picture he have with me and my son, get rid of it. Then I asked him, what did you do to my son today when I left him with you? And don't lie to me. His response was, didn't do him nothing. He was playing games in the living room on the tablet while I was there on the phone talking to my brother. Wasn't paying him no mind. What he said I did to him. Mind you, Trevor doesn't have a brother. He has a sister. So I said to him, you know exactly what you did. Because he told me everything. He told me what you made him do, and you told him not to tell me. I said the child came to me and he told me that he has something to tell me about you. He said exactly what you made him do.
Also, all of this conversation is in a WhatsApp message that was sent to us in its entirety. The entire conversation is on WhatsApp, all right? And it's going to be made available at the bottom of this link as well, so you guys could see exactly the conversation that was said. Because although this is bad as it is, this is not the worst. Keep listening, keep watching.
Again, don't lie to me. His response was, if he said I did that to him, that wasn't true. Why would I make a kid do anything to me? What is that? I didn't explain to you. I didn't say anything to you about what the child said. So right there and then I knew he was lying. I said, my son wouldn't lie to me like that. He wouldn't make something up like that. What did you do to my child? And I'm not going to ask you again. Y'all know what his response was? I also said to him, I said, only guilty people talk like that. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? His response was, what you going to do? I said, I'm going to bring him down to the station in the morning and have him explain to the officer exactly what you made him do. How could you make a child suck your dick? I also told him that he better pray long and hard. I told him that my child is stupid. His response was, okay, I'll have to talk to you. When I asked the guy why he did that, the worst thing he could ever say to me, the guy said because I didn't give him what he asked for, he got upset. But please forgive him. He felt he did all that he could to make me happy, and I didn't appreciate it, and he took it out on the child. But he's sorry, and that won't happen again. Why would you lie at first, and when I threatened you to go to the police, you confess? We went to court. The Saturday he got arrested, the Saturday night, his uncle called, tried to bribe me, offer me $10,000 to walk away from the situation. He even say he want his nephew not to go behind women with child, and he don't mean it in no disrespect. So I told him that was a major disrespect and he cannot buy me off. Right? You don't have a child rub your dick and then make a child suck your dick and think and try to shut him up with a handful of candy. It doesn't work like that. You went to court on Monday. You got bail, $10,000. Your mother begged, your lawyer begged the judge for you to go back up Carriacou until your next court date. You go up Carriacou. Second court date was today, Wednesday, 16th October. We went to court. The lawyer made all type of excuse and bring up all your medical pass as though he medical pass had anything to do with whatever he did to my child. The lawyer even say how he had a psychiatric evaluation and the psychiatrist said the guy was confused. Why would you leave America, come visit me and get confused and do that to my child? No, they bring up how he did surgery, remove his lungs, that mind you, that has nothing to do with my child. Alright? Your medical history, they even say, Elijah even tell the judge how he went to a special needs school. That has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with my child. At the end of the day, it's me and my child. Right? You do what you did. At first, you plead not guilty because your lawyer tell you to say not guilty. You came in court today, you plead guilty, but they could have hardly hear the guilty come out of your mouth. If you knew the situation was not right, or it was not correct, or it was not true, why would your uncle call me and offer me $10,000 to walk away from the situation, asking me if I'm willing to let my friend go to jail for 15 years? From going to jail from 15 years to going on bail for $1,500. You find that making any sense?
Now, Trevor, that guy right there, was sentenced to no jail time, 0 jail time. He was charged $1,500 and set free to walk. And also, he was asked to pay $600 to the parents so that the child would have some 6 therapy sessions at $100 a piece. Now, as I said, this keeps happening and it would continue to happen. Because this is not the first instant that we had a story like this. This is actually not even the second instant that we have a story like this. It's very, very similar to the last story. A man molests a child, go in front of the judge, man get released. No jail time, only a small fine. So people are hip to this thing. They understand this so well. So here is another instant where the justice system failed us again. Yes, the justice system in our country failed us one more time. But you know, we have to go look deeper than just the justice system. Because at the end of the day, the judge could only rule on the charges as presented. And there's a sentencing guidelines. So it goes deeper than that. The politicians, the people who sit there in cabinet and write laws are not doing a great job or a good job, and even a fair job for that matter, in protecting our children. I mean, listen, just the other day we saw the rigid laws and restrictions that they put on bus conductors. They have time to write all of this legislation and bring those legislation to the fore and talk about stuff like that. But whereas it have to do with our children, whenever this stuff happen, it continues to happen. It make me believe that some of the people that are sitting there are pedophiles themselves. Sorry to say it, but it seems like it. Because it is so easy to enact and fix these policies to protect our children, yet it is not being done. This is the second one within the 3 or 4 months period. This is sad, this is sad, this is sad, this is as sad as it could get. It can't get any worse than this, and it would continue to happen unless nothing is done about it. Unless nothing is done about it, it will continue to happen. So if this will take a deja vu, you will see a next one again. I'll come back on here probably in the next month or so and give you a next one. If laws are not implemented, if stricter penalties are not put on situation like this to protect our children. That is as plain as I see it. I don't care who's upset about it. The mere fact that you are allowing this stuff to happen, the mere fact that stricter penalties are not being put on, and whenever folks come and talk about this, we're seen as being keyboard advocate and talking up too much about this stuff here. But we'll not shut up, will not be muted on stories like this. We'll continue to highlight it and bring it to the fore. Now, I also believe that this story is not the only instant where this guy, Trevorson, has done this to a child. I'm assuming in a matter of days, I'm going to get a whole slew of other parents coming forward to say that he did something similar to their kids. So speak up and let everybody come out and talk about this situation right here. If you know this guy, if he had any interaction with your child, I want you to question your child as to what type of interaction he had with them. Plain and simple. This is how it is, and this is how it's gonna be. Let me know what you guys think, and share the discussion, share this video, and ensure that we do all that we can as a people to ensure that this doesn't happen again. This doesn't happen next week and the following week and the following week. And every time you see my face talking about this, you could almost predict what I'm here to talk about. Some sexual abuse of some minor child in the Caribbean. It's disgusting.